Know your numbers and know what they mean. As a recovering accountant, I can grasp the magnitude of a situation when I know the numbers and, most importantly, know what they mean. Take, for example, the global COVID-19 pandemic. Yes, the numbers are increasing. Yes, the numbers are concerning, but we also need to know the numbers to better understand their relevance. At the time of writing, there are just over 11 million confirmed cases globally. That is 0.0014% of the population of 7.8 billion, with 532,000 deaths. Well, that's a 4.7% death to case ratio. So if you are one of the just over 0.1% who contract it, you have a 95.3% chance of survival globally. Now, in the United States, there are just under 3 million confirmed cases, which is 0.0088 of the population of 331 million, with 132,000 deaths. That's a 4.5% death to case ratio. So if you are one of the just under 0.9% who contract it, you have a 95.5% chance of survival here in the States. Closer to home in California, there are 263,000 confirmed cases, which is 0.007 of the population of 40 million, with just over 6,000 deaths. Well, that's a 2.4% death to case ratio. So if you are one of the 0.7% who contract it, you have a 97.6% chance of survival in California. It feels rather trite to traverse from an update on pandemic statistics to business, but I'm using the former to make the point for the latter. By knowing the numbers and knowing what they mean, we can make more informed choices. In business, it's the practice of financial accountants to prepare the numbers. Most commonly, this is done in the form of 3 primary financial statements. The income statement tells the business what it's earned, its income, what it's used, its expenses, and what it's made, a profit or a loss. The balance sheet tells the business what it owns, assets, what it owes, liabilities, and what it owes the owners as they own the business. That's equity. Now, the statements of cash flows tell the business where the cash came from and where it went due to 3 types of activities: operating, investing, and financing. Financial accounting, therefore, really just keeps score. Relating this to our pandemic stats, the global score is the 11 million confirmed cases, with just over 500,000 deaths. Management accountants within a business relate numbers to each other so they have more meaning. These folks are called management accountants because their purpose is to make the numbers more relatable and therefore actionable to influence management's behaviour. Again, relating this to our pandemic stats above, there's a 4.7% death to case ratio, and just 0.1% of the world's population have contracted the disease to date. My personal conclusion from the numbers is, as heartbreaking as one death is, I believe we have to A, keep the numbers in perspective, while B, honouring the directive to socially distance and wear masks in public. We can impact the numbers by changing our behaviours. We must always keep numbers in context too. As devastating as the COVID-19 pandemic is, the World Health Organization estimates that an average of up to 650,000 people die of flu-related causes every year worldwide. Over in the United Kingdom, my place of birth, there are 263,000 confirmed cases, which is 0.004 of the population of 67 million, with just over 44,000 deaths. That's a 16.8% death to case ratio. So if you are one of the just under 0.4% who contract it, you have an 83.2% chance of survival in the UK. One of my old friends over social media was slamming the United States for having twice as many confirmed cases per million people and came to the stark and yet incorrect conclusion that I'd be better to move back to the UK as I'm twice as likely to contract the disease here. Of course, what my old friend was failing to recognise in his numbers is the fact that the more you test, the more cases will be uncovered. The United States has tested and is testing far more people at an accelerated rate that beats any other nation on the planet. I have faith that we will beat this pesky pandemic. Knowing our numbers and knowing what we each need to do to impact the numbers are vital statistics, more so than ever, to flatten this curve.